What's good with the Duval? I'm back. It's y'all's boy UCF Jaguar reporting, of course, with the homies from GenJag.com. And Jaguars rookie minicamp officially ended yesterday. So in this video, I'm basically going to do a little recap, discuss what went on, give you guys some takeaways, and we'll go from there. Let's get it. So I'm going to start off and just let you guys know kind of what rookie minicamp is all about. So essentially at the Jaguars rookie minicamp, there's 64 players. These 64 players were comprised completely of rookies, between draft picks, between undrafted rookie free agents, and between just tryout players for the weekend. I'll put up on the screen some of the players that were at these tryouts, but you know, some of these guys you might know, but a lot of these guys, most of these guys aren't even on a 90-man roster and won't be there when training camp starts. And the format of rookie minicamp is it's essentially 3 days long, Friday through Sunday, and pretty much every day is a two-a-day. In the morning, you basically come into practice and you mostly just work on conditioning stuff. They went through a bunch of running, did a lot of stretching, a lot of footwork-based activities because it gives the coaches a good idea of where they are at shape-wise. And then after that, they break up and, they go hit the showers, and they'll either, usually position groups have different scheduling for this, and they'll do stuff together. Some might immediately go hit the weight room, and then after that, they'll go into the classroom. Some might go right into the classroom, then weight room. But basically, they're going to be introducing a small bit of the playbook and trying to install it. And then later on, when they go on the field in the afternoons, they're going to, try to go back and basically take what they learned from the classroom onto the field and get an idea of how well they're able to, because they're not giving that much information, so they kind of want to see how well they're able to retain the amount of information that was given to them and whether or not they can bring what they learned from the classroom out onto the field. And yeah, that kind of went on for 3 different days, Friday through Sunday, and then, it just ended yesterday. There were a few press conferences. Doug Marrone had a pretty lengthy one, and they also had their 2 first-round picks up there with running back Leonard Fournette and Cam Robinson, their left tackle, also spoke to the media. And of course, Doug Marrone has asked a lot of questions about, Leonard Fournette, which is typically about what happens at these rookie mini camps because they're the highlight of the camp. And, some of the things that he said was, one media guy asked how he feels about where Leonard Fournette is right now, but he didn't really answer that just because he doesn't have too high expectations for what they're going to come in and do. He said he's pretty much right about out where he'd expect him to be, and he also wouldn't talk about the number of carries that he expects Leonard Fournette to get. Of course, it's a typical kind of coach's perspective on it. You have to be able to earn your carries, and especially as a rookie, you never know. I mean, we all trust that Leonard Fournette's going to come back to training camp with great shape and be a great player, but you can't pencil that kind of stuff in. One thing that he did say that was a little bit of a glowing review of Leonard Fournette from his perspective is he thinks he's really smart. One thing that Doug Marrone was really impressed with was how when he was asked questions about pro-style offense and what he remembered from it, because keep in mind, Leonard Fournette, his rookie year, he played in a pro-style offense, but then, firings went on. They had a change of offense coordinators, and then he brought in the I formation kind of with the fullback. But he was actually able to he actually retained a lot of the information that he learned from years prior when, he was brought in, kind of installing the current offense that they have. Some more interesting notes from him is that D.D. Westbrook is being played at the outside receiver spot right now, which was kind of surprising to me. I figured they'd try to work him more at slot just because I feel like we have 3 really good outside wide receivers right now. We don't have that true slot receiver. So, probably eventually he'll slide inside, but it's just kind of interesting how they play these guys and where they like to line them up, at this point. And then on that note, Cam Robinson was playing left tackle You know, a lot of people expect him to be our left guard or maybe even potentially move to right tackle. But, you know, right now, Brandon Albert is doing that whole holdout thing. It's just so weird with him. Doug Marrone also said today that, of course, he hasn't spoke to him at all. I don't really know what his deal is. Why? I can understand a holdout, but why aren't you talking and communicating with your employer? You know, I saw something in Forever Jaguars today about how he went on Instagram Live today and talked about how, of course, he's going to be playing this year and stuff like that. But, you know, I have no doubt that he's going to play this year because he's under a pretty fat contract and he's got some years left to play in him, and he's not just going to piss away millions of dollars like that. You know, as much as I'd like to say, oh, let's make a statement and, you know, cut this guy, we don't need him. We are so desperate at offensive line right now. We absolutely need this guy. And it's almost like the Chris Clemens situation from a couple years ago. It's like you can't cut him because who else are we going to play? I mean, our offensive line is freaking weak as hell right now. I mean, I'd feel comfortable if at the left side of the line we have, you know, Brant Albert, Cam Robinson, then Linder. I'd feel solid about that, but literally a right side of the offensive line and Can and Parnell, extreme question marks. We've seen them have some really high and really low, so you know, hopefully this Brandon Albert situation gets resolved and it doesn't get too ugly. And the last bit of news I have, this wasn't from this week, but this is from, you know, like about a week ago when the vets came in. Doug Marrone touched on how he feels that Bortles is improved, which, I mean, I wouldn't expect him to say anything different. If he said anything other than Bortles' mechanics have been improved, I think we'd all be pretty damn worried. But, you know, that's to be expected. Hopefully he comes back good. Hopefully he's been putting in that work. I believe he's been putting in that work, but a big part of our success will rely on him. I mean, they can take as much pressure as they really want with the run game and with the defense and whatnot, but you know, Bortles definitely has to elevate his play from last year or it could get kind of ugly. Yeah, man, that's the end of my video. I hope my point of this video is I'm just trying to kind of help you guys out and understand a little bit about what goes on during rookie minicamp, just because it is kind of confusing. You don't really know what they're going to be doing for 3 days, but yeah, man, be sure to leave a like on my video, subscribe. I'm almost at 500 subs. I'll have a cool announcement going on when I reach that point, so it'll be cool. And yeah, man, thanks for checking me out. This is y'all's boy UCF Jaguar reporting with JinJag.com. I'll see y'all later.
Duval.
Thank you.